In 100 years, in 2124, we will all be buried with our relatives and friends.
Buried with relatives and friends. Actually, I was actually wanted my body to be cremated after I died, and I wanted half of my ashes to be scattered into the Ohio River in Louisville, Kentucky, and I wanted the other half of my ashes to be buried in a cemetery in Ocala, Florida. And I don't know anyone in Ocala, Florida, and I'm pretty sure that my adoptive parents and my adoptive family, or any of my adoptive family members, I'm 100% certain that none of them want their ashes or body or whatever the fuck you want to call it buried in Ocala, Florida. So, yeah, so technically I won't be buried with family or friends at all. Just wanted to make that clear first.
Strangers will live in our homes which we fought so hard to build.
Strangers will live in our homes that we fought so hard to build? You mean this 70-year-old vacation home that I'm currently living in, that my adoptive parents are renting for me to live in and saying that I'm not allowed to have visitors at all? I don't remember fighting hard to build this place, and if I did fight hard to build this place, it would have better sound insulation, so I don't hear my redneck hillbilly neighbors yapping away outside all the time, because whenever I hear them talk, it sounds like they're in the damn room with me, and it's so fucking annoying. That's why I'm always up late at night doing my videos instead of doing them during the daytime. I mean, gosh, don't even get me started on that. But this place is seriously older than I am, and if it's older than I am, you know that it's an old ass place. But let's not focus on that too much, please, and let's not get into that, please. Let's continue.
And they will own everything we have today, including that car you spent a fortune on.
And they will own everything we have today. Okay, now first of all, I don't have a car at all. And second, they'll own everything we have today. I mean, I'm pretty sure the people of year 2124 or 2124 would not be interested in having a gaming computer that a random autistic guy used to make videos on 100 years ago. Unless it's seen as a historic vintage artifact, then they probably would want to. Oh wow, that would be pretty cool, really, if someone wanted to have that. But I'm pretty sure the people of 2124 would not be interested in owning an 100-year-old gaming laptop that an autistic guy made a whole bunch of videos on. But hopefully I'm wrong about that, really. But I don't know, your guess is as good as mine. Let's continue.
Our descendants will hardly know who we were. How many of us know our grandfather's father? After our death, we will be remembered for a few years. And a few years later, our history, our photos, our deeds go into the dustbin of oblivion. We won't even be memories.
Okay, now let me just correct that real quick. I mean, we're only gonna be remembered for a few years after we die, and then we're gonna be forgotten about. Now, this kind of contradicts what I said earlier, but that is so depressing for someone to think like that. I mean, if you want to be remembered after you die, I mean, like, same with me. I post all my random videos online, so there's something left of me after I die. And saying that you're only going to be remembered for a few years after you die, you know how many graves I have visited of people who've died back in the 1970s, 1980s, 1920s? I mean, well, to be completely honest, the reason why they caught my attention is because most likely something very terrible happened to them, like they were murdered or they were killed by a tornado or something like that. But still, I mean, that is the most depressing thing to think about, and thank God I have all my YouTube videos uploaded onto Internet Archive, and I'm 100% certain that 100 years from now, I mean, I'm 100% certain that this is going to happen. 100 years from now, in the future, there's going to be a very bored person who ends up finding the archives of my videos saved online, And I have like thousands of them, really. Well, almost thousands of them, hundreds of them, really. And then they're going to watch all of my videos that I posted, and they're going to be entertained by all of them, really. I'm 100% certain that that's going to happen. But I'd honestly rather have that happen while I'm still alive, really. But that's just so damn depressing, thinking that after you die, you're going to be completely forgotten about. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you don't worry about stuff like that and don't care about stuff like that and don't do anything to prevent that from happening, yeah, that most likely will happen. But I mean, if you're trying to post videos online on multiple different websites every single day, since YouTube is a fucking bitch that is getting really strict with their rules, if you're trying to post multiple videos of yourself online every single day so you're not forgotten about, I'm 100% certain that you're not going to be forgotten about, really. Let me continue.
Maybe if one day we stopped to analyze these questions, we would understand how ignorant and weak the dream of obtaining everything was. Always having more and more, without having time for the things that are really worthwhile in this life. I'd change all that to live and enjoy those walks I've never taken.
Alright, now I see where he's getting at, the narrator of this video is getting at, where, like, instead of trying to have everything and keep trying to have more and more, just enjoy what you do have. Now, that is a very good point. I mean, it kind of reminds me how people always, like criticize me for always trying to find like a lover and partner online, and they're saying, "Oh, Joe, you're getting so stressed out because you can't find a lover and partner online. You need to be happy by yourself. You need to just be happy by yourself." All right, that is a good point, but people really aren't getting it. The reason why I'm always like on a bunch of dating apps and on a bunch of dating sites is really because I spend way too much damn time at home, and I'm trying to get out and trying to get away and trying to find someone online who has a car and wants to take me on a long drive and everything like that. That's mainly what I'm looking for, and every now and then I actually do end up finding it. But yeah, and the whole I would give anything to take all those walks that I've never taken. Well, I can tell you this. I live in a redneck hillbilly town in northern Florida. I walked around this redneck hillbilly town in northern Florida many times. So many times that it got boring, and yeah, that's the thing. So that's why I'm always trying to get away. I mean, even if I was in a town that wasn't boring, I still would always want to get away. But yeah, I spend most of the time on my time just at home on my computer, but it's summer right now, really hot, and want to get the fuck out of this place and go for a drive somewhere else. But let's continue. Pretty sure you guys get my point, but yeah.
Those ungiven hugs and kisses to our children.
Who the fucking hell said that I wanted to have children? But again, let's move on.
And our loves. That is what life is all about.
Okay, I kind of get exactly what they were going to with that whole message, that whole dramatic video that we're all going to be dead and forgotten about 100 years from now, unless you believe in reincarnation like I do, so that basically just throws this whole video's point out the window. I mean, but even if you do believe in reincarnation, appreciate what you have, really. I mean, yeah, I mean, as best as you can appreciate it. But yeah, I just felt like making this video. Saw this video on Instagram and thought it was interesting. But yeah, I mean, I do spend way too much time at home, but at least I'm trying to get away, so that counts as something. So that's basically it. Peace out, people.